Okay, this is the practice quiz here, 2024. So graphing this one has no B, and so no B, that makes 0 the middle of the table. So we go up and down from that point. Plug these numbers into your calculator. So remember when you plug them in, so like -2 has got to be squared with parentheses around it. So those parentheses are important, otherwise you'll get it wrong. And then put that in. Notice that these outside values are the same on that. The vertex is in order pair. It's not just the x value. Now the axis of symmetry, which you guys saw in your Savas, is that dotted line. When you have to graph it, there's a dotted line. I'm not asking you to graph it, but I just simply want you to know that it's x equals 0, the x value. The range, the domain's everything, always in these, as long as we have a non-story problem, quadratics are everything. But the range, the highest value is right here, which is 8. And it goes down below that, so it's y is less than or equal to 8. Next one, we have the vertex form. You can't see the graph quite well, but it's what makes it 0. So 5 is what makes it 0. And so we have 5, -3. And that is the vertex. And then, of course, we go up and down a couple from each of it. And now in this time, axis of symmetry is still x equals 5. But y is bigger than or equal to -3 because everything is above -3 or equal to. And again, that's the vertex form. It gives it to us because it's what makes this inside 0. And it is -3 there. And if you didn't know that, you can plug it in and find that out. Okay, next one. We have the standard form. So in that one, we have -b over twice a. So the opposite of b, so that's -12. So if it was negative already, it turns into positive. And it's over 2 times -2. It's always 2 on the bottom times whatever the a is. Plug it in. These numbers are a little bit higher. Notice I'm going up by 2's on my graphs. My graphs on the actual quiz are a little bit bigger, so not so compact there. Same thing with the vertex and the y-intercept. So this is one thing that's different in this one. Is in standard form, the y-intercept is the c value. So it's one of the benefits of standard form is that we do have the y-intercept at 4. Domain's still the same thing. The range, 22, is the highest point, and it goes down below that. So that's why it's less than. Okay. Factored form, what makes each of these 0? So 4 and 6. If it had been like x plus 5, then it'd be -5. But in this case, it was x minus 4, so that's what makes that 0. So if you solve that, you get 4. Okay. And so these are the x-intercepts. So if you plug them in, you get 0. And since there's symmetry in quadratics, if I know that I have 2 points that are both 0, the vertex is right in the middle of this. So the halfway point between 4 and 6 is 5. Now, I tell you to just average them. So 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 divided by 2 is 5. And so if you plug it in, it's positive 2. Again, it's opening down. We know that because a is negative. Number 5 here, an equation is this, and it's given to you here, but that's your initial velocity, initial height. So what is the initial height of the bomb? That's the y-intercept, so that's 1 foot. And this is in seconds and feet. Now, how high does it go? So it goes up and then it comes down. So this point up here, that's the vertex. Okay, so -b over twice a, that gives you the x value, which is 2.5 seconds. Put it in for x, and you get 101 feet. So the very tippy top of this thing, the ball is at 101 feet. Okay, linear, quadratic, exponential. So obviously you need to recognize each one for being different. A linear one, so we've got ourselves a graph here, the y-intercept 6. And then to find the slope, you could just do y2 minus y1. Or you can just simply say how much does it go from 6 to 11, which is 5. And so this is what the formula looks like, but 6 to 11 is 5. 0 to 4 is 4. And it starts at 6. Again, we use the formula for linear because it's a linear graph. Exponential, next one here. This one is exponential, so we're going to use exponential equation. So again, remember we got first box, second box, how long does it take? So we start at 8, and to get to 2 divided by 8, which is 1/4. But it took 3 units of time, that's why it's x over 3. Okay, quadratic. This one takes more work. You have your vertex at 715, so that's there and there. Since we have a vertex, we're going to use vertex form. We got to find out what A is, so we're going to plug in the other pair, which is 9, 10, and solve for x. So 9 minus 7, and I'm going to subtract the 15 across, so I get -5. And 9 minus 7 is 2, so 2 squared is 4, and so you get -5/4. And so your equation is down here, right there. Okay, standard form. Converting, so we're gonna go ahead and FOIL this thing out first. That's what we did here. So it's x squared minus 4x plus 4. Then I distribute the 3. That's what you get here. And then add 7. So combine your like terms because the plus 7 is on the outside. So that's now standard form. Factored form just requires us to factor this problem. So I'm going to factor 2 numbers multiplied to be 15, add to be 8, so 3 and 5. That's the easy one. And then standard form from factored form, again, we're going to FOIL and then distribute the 2. Now, letter D here, to vertex form, this is going to require completing the square. So your first step is to pull out the A. So that gives us x squared plus 10x and plus 5 out there. And now we're going to, magic number here, so half of 10, which is 5, has nothing to do with that 5 over there. Half of 10 is 5. 5 squared is 25. But I've got to put plus and a minus. Sort of tough to see there. So plus 25 minus 25. And then the negative one's coming out, but remember there's 2 of them. So we've got 2. And the -25 is out, but there's 2 of them, so it makes -50. And this beautiful thing here factors perfectly to be a perfect square, and that better be, because that's what we just did. So 5 times 5 is 25. 5 plus 5 is 10. And there's our equation. Okay, so, your quiz is going to look very similar to this.